What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Nintendo back here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the wrestling news video, talking about the wrestling news reports on from Fightful Select. And yes, this is a big excitement because the returning wrestling news video is back here on the SNA content, and I mean it wasn't out for long because I had to take care of some family business. The first one was the monthly kind of family I'll say family business that I needed to take care of, and then the second one was like an emergency situation. But luckily, that's mostly situated at the moment. But yeah, without further ado, let's continue to talk about what's going to be the wildest wrestling news stories. Remember, you SNA fans need to know from the Spiteful Select article. Without further ado of any delay, let's begin. Starting off with some tribute show like for Mad Kurt, aka Kurt Chapman, to air on YouTube. And it says tribute show for Matt Kurt will air on YouTube. Matt Kurt, also known as Curtis Chapman, passed away at the age of 26 in December 2023. At the time of his passing, he held the Cruiserweight and the Art House Championships in Rev Pro. Rev Pro set up a GoFundMe for Chapman's family. Simon Miller took to Twitter/X. Shout out to you, Simon Miller, and the rest of the What Culture guys. But anyways, to note that a special tribute show for Curtis Chapman would be airing on YouTube. He encouraged everyone to tune in, as in would mean a lot, and he promoted the GoFundMe for Chapman's family. Miller also stated that Chapman was greatly missed. And this is the second time I got wrestling news from a wrestling news article about Simon Miller, but it's more likely about Kurt Chapman, or Curtis Chapman, I should say. Yeah. And here's the post right here of the GoFundMe post on his X account. And I said it once and I'll say it again. Shout out to you, Simon Miller, and what's his name? What's his wrestling name? Mad Kurt. That's what his name is. And I want to send my condolences at this sad time. And at this of me writing this. I mean, not writing this, as me recording this video, I should say. But anyways, I want to give my condolences and wish him rest in peace in the better place. And I wish I got a chance to know anything about him before his passing, which I did not know. All I know is afterwards, like when he sadly passed this past December, like when it was reported that he passed away, and what else? Passed away, and he wrestled for Rev Pro, and I was like, wait a minute, ain't that the wrestling promotion that Simon wrestled for? As a matter of fact, it is the exact same wrestling promotion that Simon Miller wrestled for. But yeah, and what are your thoughts for Simon posting this of doing a GoFundMe page for GoFundMe page for his family at this unfortunate time? As yeah, they're probably struggling financially, and this is a very generous move, I should say, for the master of ups and downs. No puns or jokes intended, but I'm just saying, like, just a nickname for him, which I don't know any other nicknames for the one of the journalists of What Culture Wrestling. Shout out to him and Phil Chambers and Adam Wilborn. But yeah, what's your thoughts to this move from the the master of ups and downs. Let me know in the comments down below. And I want to say, yeah, this is a very I'll say the most generosity thing that I've ever seen any wrestling YouTuber has ever done in the IWC. And I want to say, uh, I want to say, way to go and congratulations for. I'll say not congratulations, more likely, excellent. I want to give my respects and my high praise to my fellow YouTuber Simon Miller for doing something so unselfish like that. But yeah, well, let's move on to the next wrestling news. We got what we got some IWS news now as un F, their uneffing sanctioned 25th anniversary results of March 2nd, and the Green Phantom, which includes the Green Phantom, Joey Janela, Mike Bailey in action at this wrestling event in uh in the in the in the Olympia, I guess, El Olympia in which is from El Olympia in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The event aired on Triller TV. I the I the IWS uneffing sanctioned 25th anniversary results of March 3rd start off with the women's championship being on the line, with champion Katrina Creed taking on Lufisto, which she successfully retained against. And then we also got the IWS Tag Team Championships on the line in a ladder match with uh, Bay City Chore Boys, with Judas and Seth Cassidy defeating uh, amazingly sweet, uh, amazingly sweet Alex Mays and Christara, I guess Christara and Dynasties, Jackson Roy and Mikey Truth to to win the vacant uh, tag team titles in that ladder match. And we also got the IWS Canadian Championship number one contenders match, uh, with Frank Milano defeating Charlie Tiger and JT producer and Junior Benito and Marcus Mathers and Slay Archer. IWS Canadian champion. We also had the IWS championship on the line on the same night. After that, with the champion Matt Vivani defeating Bob Anger. Ben and then to successfully retain his championship. We also had Ben Oldman's Ben Ordsman's defeat James Stone and Matt Angel and Mike Bailey in a four-way match for the Canadian Championship. And we also got, finally, last but not least, the main event match with the IWS World Heavyweight Championship between Carl Jepsen defeating the champion Benjamin Toll, and became the new IWS World Heavyweight Champion. And that said, that was the main event. I meant That's it. Yeah, I meant to say this ultimate death. We got the ultimate death match, like in the main event, which we saw. We're not. So I didn't see, but of course, but I said which they had Green Phantom and Matthew Saint Ja Ja Quees Jaquez, I believe. Yeah, John Matthew Saint Jaquez and PCP Crazy Effin Manny and Sexy Eddie defeating the the Buzzy. I think I guess say Buzz because they have two S's, which I would say if it was one, I'd say Busy, but it defeat Buzzy with or Buzzy, wherever it's pronounced. But anyways, out with Ali Catch and Effie, Ali Catchy and Effie, and with also Jimmy Lloyd and Joey Janela. What are your thoughts on these results from this IWF live in Montreal, Quebec, Canada on March 2nd, I believe. Yep, March 2nd. This past Sunday even. And for those who were watching, like, did y'all attend the show or did you watch it on or did y'all watch it on Triller TV? Yeah, that's right. Let me know in the comments down below. Sorry about that. This bad There's some bad allergy issues at the moment because it's changing from winter to spring. And yeah, of course, I'm gonna have these seasonal allergies that's gonna be kicking my butt. Hopefully, this hopefully it only not no longer than a day or two for me to have this, and then I'll be better to my old self again. But yeah, let me. But anyways, back to the wrestling news report. Let me know in the comments down below if what's your thought onto this is uneffing sanctioned 25th anniversary show. But let's move on to the next wrestling news. We got WWE. We got some WWE rival news now about like of talking about the. It says, yeah, we got some WWE rival news now from the biography of Jake the Snake Roberts versus Macho Man Randy Savage, and also Sergeant Slaughter as well. And the viewership information, I had some news about that. Is we're going to talk about the viewership information from WWE on A&E on March 3rd, yesterday. According to Jed I. Goodman, WWE Rivals features Jake the Snake Roberts versus Macho Man Randy Savage on March 3rd, drew in about 316,000 viewers and in a 0.06 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. WWE on A&E and were down in viewership, like from their season premieres, like the prior Sunday. WWE on A&E season viewership. WWE Rivals documented the rivalry of Triple H versus The Rock, which drew in 551,000 viewers, and with a 0.07 rating. WWE Biography with Randy Orton drew in about 377,000 with a 0.11 rating. WWE Rivals Jake the Snake Roberts, yeah, and versus Macho Man Randy Savage drew in like way less than that, like a little, but more or less, I should say, like ratings with 316,000 with a 0. With a 0.66 rating, And then and Sergeant Slaughter got into 276,000 viewers with a 0.07 rating. And what are your thoughts on onto the outcoming viewership of this week with the differences of the biographies with Jake the Snake Roberts versus Macho Man Randy Savage and Triple H versus The Rock and Randy Orton and Sergeant Slaughter. The only time it raised up is when the Randy Orton biography was after the Triple H versus The Rock biography, which it gained about 26,000 views, more than The Rock versus Triple H, and it eventually went down when the Macho Man versus Jake the Snake Roberts came on about a week after, I believe, and then it started to go down when the episode with Sergeant Slaughter went on the air, which down to about, I would say, 40,000, about 40,000 less viewers than before, even from that. But it went down for I believe 61 viewers after the Randy Orton biography episode. And do you think it's going to continue going down, or is it going to go back up? I would say, depending on who they're going to be talking about, whether if it's as the fans' attention or not, and if it was, and especially if they're the most, if it's going to be about the most popular wrestler or even a very popular wrestling angle, in their prime in WWE, or any of the sort, that grabs the fans' eye of watching it. And I guess I'm ashamed of not watching these biographies, but I need to be watching them, and start seeing the more exclusive I'll say the more exclusive insider details from the wrestlers about what was going on, even outside of the ring and behind the curtain after they were on the show, whether if it was on their segments or matches, and what exactly was the reason why they did that segment or match or anything like that, with them getting. But they get into more details exclusively on these documentary series, with the likes of Triple H and Randy Orton being on these episodes, and Jake the Snake and Sergeant Slaughter, and who knows who's going to be on the next episode, which we could possibly see The Rock or Roman Reigns or even Cody Rhodes, whether if it's about his dad or himself or anything or both of them in the family from a decade ago, also with his brother as well. So I'm not sure when exactly these if the viewership is going to rise back up again, or is it going to go back down. It depends. It really depends on what the documentary series is going to be all about next week on the episode. It talked about the longtime rivalry with Triple H and The Rock and the Attitude Era, at first, I believe, and then we got Randy Orton talking about the details about in and outside of the ring, mostly about the outside side of the ring, with more details and insight for to tell for everybody to know about, that everybody knows about him around the world, all his fans, tell and talk about what was like of being the young main event star, especially in his first run as world heavyweight champion, which we're mostly promoting because he's the youngest world champion in WWE history, and that was mostly what it was all about. But it also he also talked about plenty other stuff in his career, even afterwards, and maybe even before he even got to WWE, like plenty other wrestlers love talking about, like in a positive manner, of course, when they're in interviews or in biographies or anything of the sort. They'll like to share their experience, like in in their time, like in their early years or their prime years or their after years, like of them slowing down a bit, even though they're still an active competitor. Well, for Randy Orton's case, he's not slowing down anytime soon. I'll say it's probably he's gonna probably slow down when he's in his final year, like when he fully hang up his boots for good. Well, I would say he didn't fully, or even I don't think he even partially hang up his boots for good, like because he's not even retired. Like he's still active to this day. Like even at the age of 43, going on 44. And so I would, so, so yeah, there's gonna be another 10 years before he's gonna be hurrying up of retirement. Like he's not going to, gonna be being quick in retirement when he's gonna probably regret doing so. Like when he knows that he could do more better than he more I mean do more like him as an active competitor. He could do more as more like when he if he stayed as an active competitor than just quit to retire. And and something that he didn't do in his final years, like he's gonna be wishing that he should have stayed active until there was nothing else for him to do in his time in professional wrestling. But I don't think he's gonna regret anything because he's gonna make sure he gets everything checked off his list before he hangs. He's gonna hang his boots right on his display. I'll say his display shelf, I should say. I'll say his display of accomplishment shelf, I should say. Yeah, put it on as a Hall of Fame shelf, like I should call it, like where he where he has his championship replica belts that he won, and the replica version of the titles, I should say, the replica version of the WWE titles that he won, like from the Intercontinental Championship to the World Heavyweight Championship, to the WWE Championship, the Tag Team Championships, the even the United States Championship. But yeah, let me know in the comment section right down below if you what your thought. But yeah, back to this news about the viewership of A&E's season. I'm not sure what season they're on, but about WWE Rivals. But yeah, let me know all about that in the comment section right down below. Let's talk from one viewership results to another, because we got the updates on AEW Collision's viewership of them scoring over 450,000 viewers overall for a taped episode ahead of AEW Revolution. Uh, According to WrestleNomics, AEW Collision on March 2nd drew in 455,000 viewers. This number is up from the 385,000 viewers. The show drew on February 24th. Saturday's episode scored a 0.13 ratings. Rating, like in the 18 to 49 demographic. This is up from the 0.11 demo rating. The show scored the last Saturday, the March 2nd episode of AEW Collision is AEW Collision, and it was taped. And it which on AEW Collision we got uh, Chris Jericho trying to talk some sense into Wardlow of of him being kind of delusional on him just being overconfident of winning the number one contenders scramble match and to face either Joe or Swerve or Hangman, which it turns out that he wasn't completely delusional, but this Chris Jericho didn't try to talk down on not down but try to talk him that he's sorry about not trying to make it like a mustache, but anyways. Yeah, but Chris Jericho was telling him that he's gonna get back where he once was about 4 years ago, before it got taken away from him at that year's Revolution in 2020. But yeah, this is where they nearly got face to face, like closer in the ring until Powerhouse Hobbs attacks him from behind. We also had and this is where we also had the 8-man tag team match, like the tag team action with Christian Cage, Brian Cage, his nephew, Roderick Strong, and Christian Cage's pet dinosaur, Kill Switch, taking on Orange Cassidy, Daniel Garcia, Trent Beretta, and Matt Menard, was it? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Anyways, and then we also got women's action with Thunder Rosa. Like in a squash match, we got Deonna Purrazzo and Toni Storm going head to head. We got Mariah May clears the way for the women's team, and so much other matches and segments that happen on Collision. But what are your thoughts on this increase from AEW Dynamite, like scoring in 455,000, like something that's looking better than a week from this past Saturday, from I'll say from September. I'm talking about February 24th, which was the same Dynamite that came on right after Elimination Chamber, which this week came in like 30 more thousand, not 30. I would say 80. Yeah, no. Yeah, 80. Yeah, it got 80 more thousand than then. Yeah, like it got like AEW increased and got 80,000 more views than last week, and I believe like some of those viewers must have been watching Elimination Chamber, if not college basketball, like either that or Elimination Chamber. If they're wrestling fans, like hardcore wrestling fan, they must have been waiting until watch in America. They must have not watched Elimination Chamber until like the evening of that day. The evening of that day, around when AEW Collision came on, because because most of these wrestling fans in America prefer to watch wrestling shows during the evening rather than early in the morning when it's still dark outside, or even in the afternoon. They do not really want to watch that stuff. Like when they go to Australia or Saudi Arabia or any other countries, especially in Europe or even the Middle East. So that could be one of the reasons why AEW had 80,000 more or less viewers than this week. But yeah, I'm glad that they're getting some kind of improvements, because it did felt like a show that would have you preoccupied until Revolution if you want to watch something AEW related, which that fits in right in my alley and probably some of you guys' alley for y'all being AEW fans. For those AEW fans out there. Right, but yeah, let me know in the comments down below and what your thoughts on this very successful and impressive increase from AEW's 18 to 49 demographic from their Saturday night show, of course. But let's move on to the next wrestling news. We got which is some MLW news with announce when announces they announced when it announces but they announced Satoshi Kojima aggravated MCL injury during World Titan Federation's attack. Satoshi Kojima is listed as one is day to day after the World Titan Federation attacked him in a video MLW posted on their YouTube channel on March 4th. Satoshi Kojima was presented with new MLW World Heavyweight Championship, and he was viciously attacked by the World Titan Federation, WTF for short. MLW subsequently announced that the assault aggravated Kojima's MCL injury, and his condition is listed as day to day. Per MLW, Kojima says he will not miss any fights in MLW. But MLW reported this announced this, I should say, more likely not reported, more likely announced the MLW WTF saga escalated further at an MLW media event in New York, where Satoshi Kojima was to be presented with the new MLW World Heavyweight Championship belt, a belt that took 6 months to make. That World Titan Federation crashed the event and stole the belt, but that wasn't all they did. Attacking Kojima in an ambush, the Superstars clubbed Kojima's injured knee, reportedly following a brief stay in the hospital. Kojima is now receiving daily treatment for his aggravated MCL injury under the supervision of league physician. A phy- a physi- phys- physic phys- phys- physician for physic for season Dr. Nelson Swagler. Kojima's medical condition is listed as day to day. Kojima insists he will not miss any fights in MLW, and his resolve is strengthened to represent MLW in its world against the World Titan Federation. But what are your thoughts on to this? On to this injury update of Satoshi Kojima after getting attacked by FTW. FTW. I'm talking about WTF. I'm saying the complete opposite. WTF. Yeah. And also him showing his new MLW World Championship. And do you think he's gonna get it right back after he challenged one of the guys in a world championship match? And no matter his what's injured on his knee or his leg, most specifically, well, not specifically, or in general, I should say, what if it's no matter if it's is wherever is side of his leg in general or his knee most specifically, or which is a torn MCL, like but like which is a torn yeah, MCL, and it said it's a day to day treatment or uh, a day to day treatment, I believe, yeah, to like treatment of getting it better, and so he won't be out for long. Or the condition. Now I'm saying the treatment. I mean the condition of it like is a day to day thing, and keep giving the treatment for like day by day. And that's what I meant to say. And do think he'll be recovering sooner rather than later? Hopefully so. In my opinion, I will put my fingers crossed and send my prayers to the current champion at this unfortunate time, and I'll say, and also the most inconvenient time as well. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below on what your thoughts on to this in this setback of him being injured. Like in kayfabe, it's all thanks to the world the I'll say the World Titan Federation. But yeah, yeah, I would recommend you guys to send your thoughts and prayers in the comments below as well. And let's move on to the next wrestling news. And we got some. We got some Will Ospreay news now. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got some Will Ospreay news now. It's with him saying, "I'm here to win world titles, retire Billy Gunn, and get a na- a nan a Nando's sponsorship, a Nando's sponsorship." Sorry, I repeated myself, but I'm trying to make sure I